about.
So then what I said was you got to just shove it in. So then what I said was you got.
Hey, listen, if you don't shove it in hard enough, it just won't spin properly.
Right, and
it's got to be clear.
And that's how you modify what you're doing when you're working with a compactor.
I mean, you really just need a good machine. Is the end
Right.
of the day, you know?
Yeah, right. What do you think we were talking about, Matt?
Rotisserie chickens, right?
Right.
Rotisserie chicken.
How about now? Can you hear me now, Daisy?
Yes.
Okay.
I turned you up. So
Was
I turned
my
you up.
entire monologue completely silent? Because that is my favorite part. Okay. Then
fine.
Here's how we're going to do this real quick. Vampires found Hunter dead. Bleh, he's dead. Now they're fighting ghosts. Ah! And here we are. Okay.
Beautiful.
Watch the YouTube. Hopefully.
Twas robust the first time.
It saddens me to know.
I
try. Thank you.
I assume it'll be on the VOD. So.
I do hope it will, but if not, we'll figure. We'll get the gist. It's all right.
Watch the last episode.
Yeah, that's what happened last time on.
It was just a recap, anyway.
It's true. It was a recap.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll cut that part into this video and just leave it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You should be watching all of these episodes. So you don't need a recap.
That's true.
That's how this works, right?
That's exactly it. Mm-hmm.
Shameless plug.
On youtube.com/@LarsParty. So yes, we find ourselves in combat where Braggy is fighting a foe that only he can see at this moment in time. What are you doing?
Foe's fighting him.
That is also true. Actually, I said you were threes and you would be starting. But will you?
I mean,
oh no.
You did lunge at Braggy specifically.
Actually, no.
And only
I believe the Spectre of McCleary might be faster than you.
Oh,
no.
It's got a name. It's a named Spectre, which is unique. Additionally, this is a fun little point of note. I believe somebody last time had been looking for McCleary's sword.
A couple of us, yeah.
Yeah. Braggy's about to find it. As the ghost, the Spectre of McCleary, you can see in more of a rage than a conscious effort, kind of like slams his hand down. And at this motion, Braggy, everybody else can hear it. You can also hear it, but you can see the action that caused it. As from the ceiling, a sword slides from the stone, flinging towards the ground towards you. So you can attempt to dodge it, yes. I'm setting
actual sword or spectral sword?
An actual sword. Yeah.
So we can see the sword.
You can see the sword.
Oh, goddamn! Oh, I thought that was Braggy's. Damn.
I'm in
So
danger.
you can attempt to dodge it.
You might be in danger.
Beat 5.
You got to beat 5. Your difficulty is 5. Now, he is in a rage, so there's less likeliness that he will use willpowers to reroll. And I will just say that out loud, mostly for my own memory of how I planned on this going, and also to provide some comfort in knowing that you are also very early into the morning and all battered and beaten at this point, a little bit.
What roll do I make? Athletics?
So you have you would make dexterity and athletics. Do you have rapid reflexes?
Nope.
Then dexterity and athletics. And your difficulty is 5.
It's bad.
This could be fun and horrible. Okay.
You don't have enough.
Okay.
No, I don't.
All right. How much health do you have, Braggy?
Oh no.
Surprisingly, all of it.
That's
Which is
How much is
that's
all?
good.
How much?
But I need to know the number.
5 boxes.
5 boxes.
Yeah.
So small.
McCleary's
squishy.
sword is unique.
Mhm.
Oh
No.
no.
It is meant for killing vampires and other
Of
creatures of the night.
Mm.
You are going to take, based on the successes, 2 points of damage, plus 4 because of the size of the sword and the type of sword. However, that 6 damage, that is ag damage.
Oh,
That is not
Oh,
halved.
that's it. That's it.
Shit.
Ooh.
So,
Shit.
um, as the um, as the specter uses the ability of hurling objects telekinetically, um, this sword itself is the weapon that it's meant to kill you all. You are all not in a good spot right now. So Braggy, with 6 points of ag damage, I think that puts you
That's it.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mother, like son.
Ha! Ha ha!
Yeah. That is more than
Give
I
me,
have in health.
what happens when a vampire?
That is in fact just from raw damage. That is torpor.
Right.
Oh boy.
Great. So glad this is a combat. Y'all are in. Actually, Mercy's outside.
Oh yeah, you were the one that stayed outside.
Yeah. I went to go call and let
That's
Maggie
funny.
know what's happening. Is he going to be mostly dead all day as well? Yes. Torpor is the big bad. It's not final death, but it's not good.
Oh, nope. Hold on. I made a mistake. It's not 6 points of damage. It's only 3. It's halved because he's not wielding it. It is just being used on you. Because you would
fucking
have been
son of a
final
bitch.
dead. That would have been dead.
Oh
And
no.
that's why I wanted to double check. If you take a full ag, I think it's dead.
That makes sense.
I think.
But it's still
I'm
activated.
frantically.
It is still ag. You are 3 boxes ag.
Oh shit. Well,
Woo. Okay.
Maybe let's not
Um,
disturb ghosts anymore.
And in this moment as well, you can all, the rest of you in the room can see the specter of McCleary.
Neat.
As the
I have
sword,
really low initiative, and I know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna wait.
Braggy, you are still alive, unalive, technically.
Is there a sword sticking out of him?
Yes.
See, I mean, Bragg, I know you are also a Devil May Cry fan, so you must be very happy about this.
oh,
It's very much DMC3. Yeah.
I have some seriously mixed feelings about this right now, but yeah, no, I'm digging it. For the most part, other than the fact that I thought I was, finally dead for a half a second, I got really scared.
Yeah,
Plus,
no, I did too, and then I read my other note. So there's that.
so
I got a lot of notes over here, guys. A lot of notes.
Good
I left you
thing. Good
alone.
thing.
since that just occurred and I just got skewered to I'm gonna go ahead and activate Relentless Grasp and grab onto the sword as hard as I freaking can.
Cool. Relentless
Hopefully.
grasp. Require a thingamadoo.
Yeah, I
Arouse.
need to do a rouse check. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. My brain doesn't work so good because of fear.
That's why you're my
It's working.
favorite.
And because hunger.
Oh boy. Well,
be
getting
fine.
impaled to do that to you, I guess.
It's gonna be fine.
I
Mm.
don't know if it's gonna be fun.
I'm not gonna be. If I somehow come out on the other side of this, just know I will. Braggy will absolutely fall in line and follow the
he literally had a near final death experience, and that's all it took. He was like, you know what? I've changed my way. It is a holy weapon, so it did. It turned him away from the darkness.
It's an epiphany. It's an
I've
epiphany
changed my
that
ways,
happens.
Lord.
These rules and all this shit, but this fucking ghost, man.
So, Braggy, I'm gonna rule that you can't really move at this point, as the sword went from one stone surface through you into another one, and you're holding on to it.
Oh.
You're trying to plant it. That's
There was a point.
maybe notable. 6, Ygritte. You see a ghost and an impaled Braggy.
Oh, fuck.
Is that in character?
Yep.
I like it.
I
Yeah,
have
that.
nothing. I have nothing.
Fighting ghosts, not on everybody's bingo card.
No.
The necromancer
No,
had to
no.
have the low
No.
initiative score too.
Really low on my bingo card for this game. Much higher for Debo's.
That's fair. I see I'm giving my other DM ideas.
We do this to each other a lot.
It's fair,
Oh
yeah.
no.
We inspire the best / worst in each other.
I guess I'm just gonna hold my action for now.
Okay, that's fair. And doable.
Everyone just collectively.
Oh, what?
All right.
I guess you can see the ghost now, in fairness.
You can see
Or
it.
you could.
You still can. For the purposes of this, you still can. Ygritte.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All that's going through my head right now is that gif from Family Guy. Do I take it out or leave it in? Do I take it out or leave it in?
Please make her say that.
You know what? She's gonna run over and try to take the sword out of the claymore out of Bragi. She doesn't know he's activated Relentless Grasp.
Fair. Relentless Grasp. Could you post into the chat what it do?
There should be a little speech bubble next to the discipline. Yeah.
Did you say he was
Perfect.
paralyzed though?
He is not. No, he's only took 3 of his 5 in ag
Okay.
damage. Yeah.
No, I thought
No.
that came back afterwards. That's my bad.
He just meant that he was pinned by the sword because it's stuck into the stone.
Gotcha.
Yes. So
He could let go if he wanted to, I guess. Like,
do you have potence? Braggy?
Oh, yeah.
You have potence? Okay. Are you... I guess I'll give you the option. Are you trying to maintain this hold when Ygritte comes by, or are you going to release your Relentless Grasp?
Because of my gut instinct and considering how quickly I was just impaled, if I let go of the sword and it gets yanked out of the ground, it's probably going to kill all of us, so I'm not going to release it. I'm going to try and keep it in the ground as hard as I can.
Then you will roll Strength Athletics, add your Potence rating, and that will be the difficulty that you need to roll, Ygritte, for
Okay.
your Strength Athletics to remove said sword.
Ooh.
So I just automatically, do I add that to my pools?
That'll be your
Your
bonus
dice
pool.
pool.
Yeah, whatever you have. In
Bonus
potence,
pool
which
would
is
be whatever
probably
dots
like
and
2.
potence. Yeah.
Okay. Well, because it says that I add my potence rating as automatic successes.
It
Oh.
doesn't actually do the math for you.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's true.
Okay.
Wait a minute. It
Well,
adds
no,
it to
no.
automatic
Hold on.
successes?
If it's automatic
Automatic
successes,
successes.
then you don't need to roll them. You just need to tell me after the fact how many dots and potence you have.
That's
Okay.
fucking cool, man.
That is
I didn't know that.
So just keep the 0 pool modifier then?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's gonna be 4. Or how? Did you say 2?
Yep.
2 potence.
Yeah, 2 dots in potence.
Okay, so your difficulty for athletic strength is 4. Egret.
I might be stretching here, but since it's a claymore, do I get a pool size modifier?
No, you don't.
Damn. Okay.
But that is
Okay,
I
nice
like
try.
where your
try.
I like where your
Nice
brain's
try.
at. I do.
And you said my difficulty was 4.
4,
Yeah.
correct.
Ooh, that's not fair.
Ouch.
That's a rough one.
Cruel and unusual.
So it is like trying to move the building. It does not move a single inch. Braggy, whether it's through Braggy holding it or through the fact that it is wedged through a kindred and the floor and stuck into the stone floor beneath, you don't know, but it doesn't matter either way because it is not coming out.
This is this close to being some like Monty Python King Arthur Excalibur, like
Burn the stone.
Oh no.
When she can't get it out, she's gonna be like, "This is what can kill it!" And that's probably all she has time to do.
Fair. My 2s. Roland. Mercy.
Okay.
You can act after Roland. You are currently outside. I don't think you had any heightened senses, correct? You were making
do.
phone calls. Not you,
Oh,
Roland. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Mercy. And because you have no heightened senses, you hear none of this. As far as you know, they're walking around, having a good old time, maybe shooting the shit with McCleary. You don't know. So,
Sure.
Roland, you
Okay,
see a ghost and the scene before you.
So I need you to look up something for me because I cannot find. I was
Okay.
trying to do this as I need you to look up the combo discipline of Panacea or Panacea. It's a combination of fortitude and auspice. I need to know exactly what it does. Because it says calm, but I don't have a legitimate. It literally does this.
what is this now?
It's I know what you're talking about. I've got the disciplines bookmarked.
PANA. I can give you the.
No, I got it. It heals willpower and calms nerves.
Okay.
If the user.
Yeah, I have the
Player's
if the user
guide.
uses this on more than one subject on the same night, cost increase.
Yeah, that I see. It's in the companion on page 24. Where is
Because if I can calm down, McCleary's ghost with it, cool. If not, then I got to think of something else.
Player's guide, page
The opposite of
70.
I'm so
Sparky.
slow. Ah!
Hold on. Okay. The vampire soothes dice pool composure plus aspect. The vampire rolls composure and aspects against a difficulty 2 and restores a number of superficial willpower damage levels equal to the margin on the roll. Alternatively, the user restores 1 aggravated willpower damage level for every 3 successes in the margin. If successfully used on a mortal, doesn't matter. Use of the power takes a whole turn.
There you are.
I think it only works on mortals.
No, it works on Kindred because it allows them to heal willpower, so they can expend
That's
more.
true.
2.
But I don't know if it'll work on McCleary's ghost.
It's especially effective when used on mortals, but it can be things. Yeah, okay.
Right.
I don't. If he seems angry, if I can calm him down, he may not attack us. That's my reasoning behind it.
I will let you try it, but the difficulty is going to be more than 2.
Okay. So,
He is very angry by design. I will say the difficulty would be 4 to attempt it.
oh Jesus! I'm not even gonna try that.
Okay.
Even though it's not my turn, could I say something? At least?
Yes, absolutely.
He would probably go, "Oh shit! Don't kill him. I'll give you a second."
Okay. Well, that wasn't the plan.
That's probably all he could get out
Okay.
without being able to take a turn yet.
All right. So I'm gonna try using transfer.
Okay.
Damn it!
Wow,
Oh,
you are very hungry, Roland.
God.
There's a lot of corpses in this room too, man.
It smells delicious. Actually, it is old blood. Let me check something. I need to check.
So
He said
let
it
me-
happened days ago.
Yeah,
Probably real old.
approximately 3. The blood still smells, but he's also very hungry.
Getting back to that conversation, like, in this case, is it the opposite? Does it count as food if we have to chew?
Oh no.
No.
You know what's funny too
I
is
assume I set the difficulty right.
yes,
There we go.
you'll be setting the difficulty. I
That ain't bad.
was gonna Google something and changed my mind because I didn't want to be put on a list today.
That's how you know you're a storyteller. That's an achievement unlocked right there. Later on, tell us what that was.
So there.
Okay, so the for a hunger frenzy check, which I'm gonna need you to make because there is an overpowering smell of blood and you are at hunger 4. The difficulty is 2.
Resist frenzy, right?
Yes.
Pull supplies modifier 0.
0.
But also,
Unless.
will his power still function the way he wants it to?
You do resist the frenzy. The blood, even though old, it is. There's not a lot of great ventilation down here, so the smell lingers, and you have heightened senses on, as in fact as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you maintain composure to do so. You rolled a 4 for composure to. What the fuck are we doing here? Oh yeah. You were entrancement.
Yes.
Can you
resistance? Yes. Give me a second.
Thank you.
Composure wits.
Composure wits.
Does he get a negative because he's in whatever state he's in?
His mental faculties are hampered slightly. But vampires win ties. So he is entranced. What is he just focused on you now, right? That's essentially it?
It's not just it. It's
And transmit's cool.
it transmit vampire literal and single part wrap the fascination or infatuation akin to falling head over heels in love, or meeting one's lifelong idol. It does the best to remain in the vampire's good graces, but stop short of causing them or loved ones physical harm.
I would say, for the purposes of that, the tone, there is something about the nature of what McCleary is that is inherently rageful. But at the entrancement being successful, it will calm the spirit for a few turns at the very least. But there's a supernatural aspect to this rage that can't necessarily be overcome in that way forever. So, but for the purposes of this, the ghost of McCleary seems to be calmed and less aggravated towards you.
Fantastic. Oh, it's all right, Father McCleary. We're here to help you. I'm just gonna keep talking calm, low tones, soothing voice.
Though the specter doesn't need to breathe, you see it heaving breaths, as though he were still mortal, and just this exertion, this feeling of intense emotion that he cannot overcome. Staring at you, you can see where the eyes were all white before, just a blind, mad rage. The pupils starting to go in. God damn it! Why do I leave that open? The pupils slowly fading back into view as the McCleary that you may have once interacted with might be resurfacing momentarily. And with that, Antonius.
It's Mercy's turn.
Oh yes, Mercy. You're making phone calls. Who would you like to call?
Did Fee answer?
Collect?
She called Fee.
Yeah, Fee answers.
Hey Fee, I just wanted you to, I don't know what Maggie's up to, but
To get out of
I remember
McCleary.
the chapel for last time, and then now the church that I definitely know the name of
St.
has been
Celestine's.
attacked. St. Celestine's was attacked. Looks like they broke in the door, executed a bunch of members inside.
How would you know that?
She had come in first. That's why she left. After we
Okay.
had seen
There
all
were
the bodies.
people dead upstairs,
Okay.
Yeah.
but also the downstairs.
Yeah, she had only seen the original bodies, and we were like, "Oh, this is a bigger problem than just a break-in. We need
Okay.
to let Megan know what's happening." It doesn't look good. Everybody else is going further downstairs, but I don't get service down there, so I thought I'd call and let you guys know. It seemed important for Maggie to know what was going on, but I didn't know if she'd answer her phone.
That is important to know. Do you know who did it?
I only have a suspicion. I don't know much. We were actually on our way to the meeting this evening, attacked by some other hunters. They had a weird logo. I wasn't even sure that it was them, just because it was different than the one we usually see. But I would assume it was them, some sort of taking issue to what's been happening in the local chapter, I guess. But I don't actually know.
Are you still there? Are you still at St. Celestine's?
Yeah. Everybody's inside except me.
Give me a few minutes. Stay on the line. I'm gonna see if Maggie's available to answer this.
Okay, sounds good. I'll wait. Tony's turn.
Cool. Okay. So does that mean it's me?
That's you.
Okay. Clarification before we get into it. This is more for Mizui here. Mizui made it known that she was going to be making a call, right?
Yes.
Cool. First thing Tony does is he looks at 6. And actually, goes up to her and, brushes you on the phone. I need you to tell her. I need you to tell the prince that McCleary's dead, and I need permission for the rite of creation. Go. And he is going to go over and, assuming that 6 runs off with held action.
6 has held action. You can act.
Yep. I'm going to use fleetness and get the fuck out of there as fast as I can.
Okay.
It's gonna be a rose shot.
So, Tony, besides the talkie plan,
Oh no.
is going to,
Not
That's
hungry.
fine.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
It's been a long night.
Okay, thank God.
This night has felt like 3 weeks.
Fortunately,
Weird.
yeah, it has. The act of Tony activating his little power here is within the time of a blink.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to activate a thing called the Binding Fetter, which means he's looking over to Father McCleary's body, and he's trying to see if anything, any item on him or near him lights up as if it would function as a spirit's fetter.
So, almost blindingly to Tony is the sword from which Braggy is pinned at the floor.
Excellent. So, a third person coming over to the sword. Can I still do things, or is that it, like?
Your okay. So let's work this out. It activates in a blink. I'm not gonna make that your whole turn. You see,
it is also free if that matters.
That's you're good. So
Okay.
you can still do an action simultaneously while this is happening. Mercy, you are holding. You hear on the other line of the phone kind of tussle a little bit. I don't know, scrape. And Maggie's voice comes through in the exact moment that 6 is there. And Maggie
Let
goes,
6 go before I do anything else.
And Maggie says to you, Mercy, what is this about Father McCleary being dead? Or, no.
No.
What is
under
this
attack.
about the hunters being attacked?
6
Yeah, 6 appears. Mercy's like, Maggie. Yeah.
Give me the phone.
Here.
I need to talk to Maggie.
She'll hand it off.
Maggie, there's a serious fucking issue. McCleary's dead.
That hampers things.
And Tony's asking for permission for, what was it, the rite
Right
of
of creation.
the rite of creation.
Granted. Have him call me when it's done. And she hangs
Immediately
up.
shove the... Yep, and she's gonna shove the phone back into Mercy's hand and fucking bolt back.
Cool.
Mercy follows?
Mercy can follow.
It's gonna be a scene.
As 6 is getting back towards the end of what would be that held kind of turn. Tony, you get the news. Convey the news, 6.
Okay.
However you would.
I'm just gonna say permission granted.
Fair. Okay.
So Mercy comes down. She sees McCleary's ghost in front of Roland. Braggy impaled by a sword while Ygritte's trying to pull it out. And then what's Tony doing?
So
Spooky
that's
shit.
where it's gonna get weird.
Oh, that's where it gets
Now
weird.
it's gonna
Okay,
get
yeah.
weird.
We're hitting the weird
Has
point.
to go over. And he's not gonna fight people over it or whatever, but he's gonna put his hand on the butt of Cleary's sword, so he's up with Ygritte and Ygritte and Braggy. And he puts a hand out towards McCleary's spirit, Father, we need to talk. He's going to, with fetter in hand, cast Compel Spirit, which is a contested roll. So, meaning I have knife, and I want to look this up even before I roll. This is going to be versus the Wraith's resolve and composure or willpower if those traits aren't defined. So for me, that is going to be I'm probably gonna burn all my fucking willpower on this.
Okay, it's getting early. We're gonna have to go to bed soon.
Yeah, we gotta live first. We gotta live first.
Yeah.
Oh, thank fuck.
That's pretty
I
good.
might need a willpower it.
Yeah, that's a lot of successes. Let's hope. These aren't the hunters.
Oh right, I forgot. Oh, they give me potency. I always forget to add my potency.
Okay. Okay. Explain to me what happens.
So basically, compel spirit is kind of like, I don't want to say it's like D&D Speak with Dead, where you get so many questions and then poof. There's a vibe to it, but it's the same kind of like ritual as that. The player also discusses then that the vampire could command the wraith to perform a number of moderately difficult tasks or answer things truthfully. Blah blah blah. They will on a critical win, which this was not. They could like make him do things that the wraith found repugnant, and the wraith remains under the vampire service until the end of the chronicle, or has fulfilled the master's commands.
Gotcha.
Do you need me to release my entrancement?
That appears to have helped.
Okay.
The calming of the specter.
Fine.
It is all played a part in getting us here. So Tony, you are compelling the spirit of McCleary, whose eyes now focus even more sharply as it looks at you.
What happened here, Father? Who did this?
Through gritted teeth, and though bodiless, apparent pain. First light.
I'm sorry, I did not actually hear you.
First light. Rogue faction. Zealots.
Noah?
Zealots.
Zealous. Okay.
Doesn't pick up my mic doesn't pick up Scruffy very well.
Growly.
Growly.
So, are we essentially out of initiative? Are we just in conversation mode now?
At this point, and yes, I will tone down my combat music.
Okay.
At this point,
Dark Souls scares me. Okay.
That's fair.
You have me like locked in.
Do we still have any blood in the car?
I don't think we ever had blood in the car.
We did.
I thought we. Okay.
She was going to set that up, and then we wound up not doing that, so we didn't put Will in danger.
No, that's fine.
The truth's in danger. Will, sure, also, but
That's fair.
He appreciates that. He somewhere Will just goes. He doesn't know why. His finger just moves.
Then, before all this happens, he's gonna ask Egret to go on his social media and set up some kind of private gig with a couple fans.
Are we even gonna have time to do that? Like, out of
A private gig.
Hey, Hungy.
No, I'm saying out of character here.
Yeah, we're not in combat.
Like, what time is it?
It is.
Will we even have time for that?
3:45 in the morning.
What at this time of year? What time is sunrise?
5:30.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, let me double check.
Okay. What time does the sun rise on St. Patty's Day, if in fact it is St. Patty's Day?
It's not St. Patty's Day, otherwise DJ Dullahan would not be here.
Oh, you're lucky. It's gonna be more like 6 o'clock,
So we have 4 hours.
roughly.
He could also get hungrier when he wakes up, which could be bad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
She would know that they have like 2 hours, so she would let go of the sword and just start clicking away. See if maybe there's one of his fans that's.
Yeah.
Tony will actually give a little nod and like hold on to the sword. Like look over to Braggy briefly, like, doing okay, kid?
Braggy releases the relentless grasp slowly and cautiously and says, "Yeah, I didn't think I could hurt this much in the unlife, but yeah."
We still have to get it down. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. And he'll look away from Braggy. Go back to the conversation with the ghost. Father, I have a very important question for you. I don't have to ask it, but I want to. Why did you choose the life you chose? Why did you become something that fought against the dark?
To protect.
Even after all of the things that have happened to you have happened, even through all of your pain and all of the bad things that have happened to you, would you still like to protect this city? If you could.
The specter of McCleary looks away from you, past you, in this moment, and really contemplates that idea. His eyes slowly, the two wisp lights meet yours once more, and he says, "What's the price?"
Immortality and blood, but the death of no innocence.
We have an accord.
Oh boy. This whole week I was wondering how I was going to phrase this. And here we are. Antonius Giovanni is going to compel the spirit of Father McCleary to crawl back in his body, and he cuts his own wrist. Get him down. From the cross, get him down. He's telling everybody else.
Mercy goes. She'll start pulling him or getting him down.
And if the spirit of Father McCleary does in fact crawl back into his body after we retrieve it from the cross, he's going to embrace Father McCleary. He does the whole ritual. He uses the K-bar knife on his belt that has fucking runes on it. Cut his wrist. And he's speaking in Latin. It like the blood is the life, and making it as religious as possible in Latin.
Braggy, Mercy, you haven't really seen this.
If he once he says get him down, I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna leave.
Fair.
I don't need to see the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Also fair.
Before he leaves, he'll just say, "Thank you, Roland. You saved this."
I'm here to help.
And he does it.
The
I
spirit.
assume that's going to crank my hunger up from losing blood.
Yeah. No, you lose at least a rouse check. The
I'm
spirit
not even going to roll it. I'm just going to increase my hunger.
of McCleary goes into the emaciated, desiccated corpse that was once crucified on the cross. As Antonius pours the blood from his wrist into the corpse of the man who was once a mortal hunter, pitted against your kind for eternity or his mortal life, the body begins to revive in a very unnatural way. You see this cracking and contorting of muscle and sinew and bone, and the jaw realigns as Bran McCleary's eyes open, dark, black like Tony's, before kind of sucking in, revealing the pupils of Bran. And he lays there looking up. I hope I haven't made a terrible fucking mistake. You see?
Father, you've returned.
Oh, this motherfucker is dangerous.
Mhm.
He had true faith in when he was alive. That's a little dangerous as a vampire.
Honestly, he probably still does, but that's not my place to say.
So,
I knew in my life I knew him as the priest of this church and nothing else. So
You've watched me make him a vampire.
Yeah.
yes,
All the messy stuff that happens there.
and with that, I have moved Bran McCleary's
Oh, no.
entry into Clan Hakata because he now resides there. The
It's fine.
I have a stepbrother.
You do.
So
Oh,
what?
God.
Remind me what McCleary just said. Like, I hope I haven't made a terrible mistake.
Yes.
Toadie's like kneeling down there next to him, kind of like close the thing on his wrist. Does a me too, but there are many ways to fight for the mortals. And you will be far from the first Knight Templar that has been in our order. And he'll stand up and offer him a hand to help him up.
He looks at it as he's kind of sitting there. And he puts his hand out and he grabs yours and he lets you help him up.
He does the wrist thing though, so it's cool.
Yeah.
He helps him
Like
up.
that.
He's like, there are an order to the way we do things. I know you know a lot already. But in our traditions, the first thing that you must do is go see Magdalena, our leader. You cool with that? I take it back. That's the second thing you should do. The first thing, can you take your blade out of my friend?
Yeah. Sorry about that. And he'll reach over and just yank it out.
Tony will hold him still.
Oh, no.
He does it with such a grace for the size of the sword, especially now that he has some strength behind it that is a little more supernatural. It doesn't hurt coming out like you might have thought it would.
Oh. Whew.
Feels heavy now,
Thanks.
like I'm not worthy.
Your God has not abandoned you for this. I can tell you that much. There are many of our kind that walk within faith, many faiths, and that can touch those faiths. My clan has a knowledge of that, and I will help you to find some.
Maggie. She's the
Mag.
boss now, right?
Yes.
God, I avoided making so many deals with her.
Sorry it had to be me.
It's a little foggy still. But you need to know. This First Light faction that's in town, they know what you are. They know who you are. And they know how to hit you.
We found that out earlier tonight.
They also have I don't know if you're aware of it. It's a weapon that's been developed. Goes by the red gas.
It's not good.
It's not good. For you. I guess me now too.
Thank you for telling us.
Yeah. Well, my reluctance to use it on you is what got me killed. So, you're double welcome.
We need to get you somewhere safe. And we need to get you to see Meg. If you care about traditions and decorum, Prince Magdalena.
I've always been a good Boy Scout. Give me the short, skinny of it. I'll learn what I
Tell you
need
on
to
the
learn.
way. And I guess we leave?
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
need to
guess
get out
on
of
our way
here.
to go see Maggie after all.
Yup. To the
Um,
prince's castle.
What are you doing, if anything, about the remainder of this scene down here? Because you are essentially leaving bodies. So,
Okay, that's the next question. Are all of the bodies things that look like they were done via like normal like weapons, no signs of supernatural murdery things? Is it just like guns and knives and swords and stuff?
aside from the fact that this is an underground secret lair for vampire hunters, it's very much execution standard.
Does it look like it just could be a cult of, I don't know, whatever's vogue in America these days, Taoists or whatever?
Maybe. There doesn't appear to be, I mean, there's blood, so it's not like exsanguinated corpses that are going to be like, why don't they have any blood? So there is signs that it was bullets that did it. They are paramilitary decked out. They've got a ton of stuff. There are vampire specific weapons remaining within the walls of this place.
Cool. What kind?
Stakes, crossbows. Um, you see actually one of those stake launchers that pin Mercy against the car? There's one of those here.
Can I take one of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got any fun little pistols?
There are a couple of regular pistols. Yeah, 9 millimeters. Small
He'll
stuff.
specifically turn to McCleary and go, normally we'd need to cover this up. How do you think it would be best to lay these men to rest?
They were executed by who we thought were our kin. They followed my orders, and it got them killed. I don't think I'm worthy to bury them. But normally it'd be pyre.
That's really bad for us now. This is a beautiful church.
As you're
But you're
saying
not
this,
wrong.
McCleary would go and he would cut the bindings on their wrists and kind of roll them over and lay them flat and in a line more respectfully.
Ygritte would help him.
And he would also reach into his jacket and pull out an old leather pouch and take from it some coins and put on each of their eyes. I don't know what it
Just gonna
means.
stand by and just let him do the ceremony.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
interrupt.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell to believe anymore. But if any little bit helps, and he'll cross his chest, go with God, friends. Hopefully I'll see you one day.
If it's any comfort, their faith will carry them over.
I believe that. They were honest, good people.
We could start a slow burning fire, one that I mean, I'm pretty okay with it still. If the rest of you want to get out, and Father and I can start something with, you know, how oil and candles are.
If you need to, I'm sure there might be something in the armory that's about to go away that might have a timer if you need to get out quickly.
Were there any cameras? Are there any cameras in this church
Not done
or on the
here.
property?
There's a couple that face the front door. The one on the back's been broken for a couple weeks.
Is that where the others entered?
Yeah, it appears to be.
We should definitely take the footage before we leave so that we can look at it later.
It usually only records about a week before it deletes, and he'll kind of direct you where to go. Up second mezzanine area, there's a small office.
Braggy's on it.
Yeah. With a gaping hole in somewhere in my body. I'll help.
It's fine. You're a vampire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check my phone. Have those lovely super fans responded?
After you kind of exit the underground area, your phone regains signal and the message is sent. And roll me a d10.
This better roll well, or Roland's gonna be mad at me.
Yep,
Oh.
they did. Two super fans are like, what? It's like 4 in the morning. But
You
fuck yeah, we're up. Hell yeah! DJ Dooley!
What you doing, baby?
I'm gonna turn down my audio. I just saw myself go into the red line. Sorry about that. Ah! So yes, the two respond and they are within distance.
Cool.
So you go to the second mezzanine area of the St. Celestine's Church. You do find a small office that is just marked private. The door isn't locked. It has a lock on it, but it is not. And you see just like a home security system with like 3 cameras. One facing the parking lot outside where the parishioners would come in, one facing the front door where they would walk in, and then one of the feeds is black, and you can presume that's probably the back door. So.
So what would it be to make a copy of that for us and then completely wipe it untraceably? Otherwise,
That would be intelligence of some kind. Let me look at a sheet, so I never remember.
technology intelligence.
Yes. Tech intelligence
Minus
and difficulty of 2. It's a very basic system. It's
Do I get a modifier of any kind?
Minus 1.
Oh yeah.
Well, right.
Minus 1.
Yeah.
What'd you consider, bro?
Would you consider cameras tracking devices of kind?
Yeah.
I'll let your -1 get canceled out by any bonuses you have. So
Because I do have recognition of tracking devices as a specific specialty.
But you also are La Sombra.
Oh
No.
no, he's got a specialization that is just PTSD.
Yeah.
Yeah. PTSD personified. Yeah, just roll without any negatives and or positives. So
Okay.
just straight
And you
tech.
said difficulty of 2.
Yeah, you're good. You make a copy, you wipe it. It doesn't seem like there's really anything there in the first place, but you do have some footage to potentially go through in a downtime if you want to.
Oh, I will.
Okay. It's getting real early. Y'all are pretty hungry.
Get out of here.
Some of you got holes in your body that didn't used to be there this morning or this evening. So, where are we going?
What the something Top Gun with kick the tires and light the fires? Hey, this is going to sound weird on the internet, but I am a pagan man and I did not expect to burn a church on St. Patrick's Day, okay? But it just worked out that way.
Hey,
No.
the dice do what the dice do.
Technically, I made this church, so I'm fine. It's fine.
I let you destroy your own
Totally,
toys.
totally not wearing a
Sad.
snake on my shirt on St.
Smart.
Patrick's Day.
Yep.
I'm sad.
Drop kick Murphys.
To Nova then?
Yep.
To Nova.
Is that
Gotta represent.
Ugh.
So,
If nothing else, he'll be in a good position to meet with Maggie tomorrow night. If we take him there instead of up in the apartment.
We got to go to Maggie first, if possible.
so Roland, do you want me to send the fans to Nova?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. I'm going to go help Father McCleary. I'll be back shortly.
I would probably join with that because he feels very responsible for this whole thing because he is.
you you go to assist Father McCleary, and as you are kind of walking down the stairs, he's coming up and he holds his hand up. He goes, I think it should be taken care of in a few minutes. If I remember correctly, I don't think I can be around when it starts, or I will be afraid.
That is true.
So, but we had some timed incendiary devices in case we ever needed to use them. I think it'll send them off. Why am I so hungry?
We're going to see about it.
It's a constant problem.
Is that an extra difficult problem for him, given his sire?
It can be. Yeah.
Depends. We can talk about that.
We'll have to talk. In the interim, I think we will head back to Nova. As the time at this point,
Yes, car.
yeah, it's limping along. Ka-chunk,
Fine.
ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
It's fine.
As is kind
Tradition.
of the standard, but as is tradition, you guys broke another car. As is kind of the standard closing time, Nova closes around 3 for the mortal patrons. That is the last call time. You're rolling up around 4:20. You're a little
Nice.
right. You are well past closing time. You pull around the back into the parking garage, of which you have all the access codes, get in the back door, and find yourselves well within the bar at Nova. No one is here. Will is most likely in his office, but no one is out in the bar. The entirety of it is empty.
So, I'm gonna go out front and meet my fans.
Okay.
Sign some autographs.
Um, you have access to opening the doors. That's fine.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
open, the two fans come in. They're really excited. They're jazzed.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna just do. You're gonna take them off to the side and blah 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 blah. Use my presence and then feed off of them.
Yeah.
My
I would assume we picked up our car from Tony's place.
Yeah.
So
Well-
that he would have his mask, not reveal his identity, yada yada too.
That's a
Mhm.
fair point, because you wouldn't really have time to get back to Tony's place
No.
first.
Ah.
No. So basically, what's going to happen is it's going to be, hey, blah blah blah. I'm his road agent. Blah blah blah. Talk talk talk. Talk talk talk.
Unprepared mortals that are already very willing to believe
Yes,
and are
100%.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah, and then send them away with signed merch.
Got it. Like 20, 30 minutes after Roland kicks them out, they go, we just, on social media there, we just found some signed Doulahan merch. We don't even remember where we got it. Woo! And they go, and they're thrilled.
To them, it's weird.
It's
like
crazy.
He's mystical. It's like he's mystical.
It adds to the lore. You can remove 2 of your hungers for
Fantastic.
those delicious, tasty treats.
Mm.
At about this point, Magdalena comes down. And as she enters the room, McCleary looks at you, Tony, and says, I don't have to fucking bow, do I?
Yes. Say yes. Say yes.
Mercy curtsies as Maggie enters the room.
Roland will
the
also
way she always
bow.
is anyway.
You should be polite, and that's it.
Glare.
Kneeling and kissing the ring is if that prince wants that, and she doesn't. Unless she does.
No fun.
He feels bad.
McCleary will give a slight bow and turn his eyes down when she enters the room. And he'll go, Miss Prince Masters. And before he can finish saying what he was going to say, Maggie goes, well, well, well. I knew I'd bring you over to my side eventually. I just thought you'd be breathing. And he goes, well, unfortunately, I ran out of time. And then he will fill in Maggie on as far as the hunter situation and why he died. And Maggie will then look to both of you, because I don't want to play with myself much like that
Yep.
give. As much as I don't want to play with myself, the conversation then turns from McCleary and Maggie to you, and Maggie pointedly looks at Tony and says, were you aware of these hunters before this evening?
I was aware that First Light existed as an organization, but had not particularly encountered them. Never had a scuffle with them.
That's troubling. I was not made aware that they were in town either. I'll add one more thing to focus on with everything going on.
Treaty worked out though. And look over to who had it was
Oh.
Mercy that has the piece of paper.
Oh yes, and she'll pull it out of her pocket to present.
Well, excellent work. Was what's his face as charming as everyone said he was?
Oh yeah.
Put my side to shame, really. The other.
The asshole with the bicycle.
They flipped our car over. It was very upsetting. Like college frat boys with too much time on their hands and not enough to drink.
Oh, that's exactly what they were like. You're right.
Some of my former students.
I'm sure there's something to
Oh.
say about pack dynamics there, but
Well, at least it appears that that's taken care of. I've been assured that they will honor it at least as far as we do. I've also mentioned this to the Baron, and she has assured me that she will attempt to keep her people in line and to not break any treaties, though I have also informed her that while I have extended my protection to her, she doesn't technically fall within my jurisdiction, so she will have to police her people on her own.
They made it completely clear that they would murder anybody who violated their territory.
Oh yes, I'm quite familiar of their threats. But nevertheless, I do believe, at least in the interactions that I've had, that they do intend on honoring this for the time being. They've lost many, as we have, but less. And that position of power has gained us a bit of leeway in that regard. Let's hope it lasts at least a while. Now, Mr. Bran McCleary. Tony, I'm sure we'll take good care of you. Though, perhaps for the time being, we keep him off the front lines. I feel like he could be good in reserve.
we'll have you hit the books, as it were. I assume that you're a good study of history and mythology. We'll put this in as clear terms as we can for you.
He just kind of nods his head. Now, for the rest of you, it's getting very early. I'm assuming that you'll be staying the night here.
That seems the best idea, yes, if that is all right with you.
I've already had the rooms prepared.
Oh, also, a bit obvious, but could we get Brian here a drink that comes in bag form?
Did you say band?
Is there
I
okay?
don't know what I was saying.
great.
It's just my mouth
But
disconnected from my brain.
No, it's great because
Will
Maggie only
emptied out
drinks from
the
musicians.
store. Will brought us all of the blood bags to Lenova. They're sitting in the back of the car at Tony's mansion. Unless Maggie
There's
has
a
a
million
stash
more.
that Will doesn't know about, which would be reasonable, I suppose. But
Unfortunately, dears, I do believe we are out at least for another night or two. Bronwyn has yet to ensure the next delivery, as it were. And we had some, but I don't know where they've gone.
Well, best laid plans and all that.
Any dietary restrictions for this one, Tony, that I should be aware of?
Let's keep it bagged for now. The kiss doesn't work for the Hikata. He looks at Bran directly. You wouldn't anyways, but more than most, do not bite anyone.
Noted.
I'm curious. What did Bran think of Roland's little thing? What did
Of your mesmerize?
the whole interaction? Like, was he looking? Was he watching?
Oh, is he watching you hunt?
You hunt? Hmm.
Did I really hunt though?
Yes.
In
Yeah,
the way that you do.
in the
yes.
way that you do. Um, there would have been moments, the people watching Bran who had kind of casually glanced over that way, you would have seen him kind of tense up when you started talking to them, knowing what was going to happen, but not actually watching it go down. He would have turned away to kind of ease his mind a little bit about it. Um, and then knowing too, after the fact, if you share, that they are fine for all intents and purposes, aside from needing a little orange juice and a cookie, and got some free merch, that might have put him a little more at ease.
Yeah, like because if he was looking angry, I would actually talk to him about it.
He wouldn't have been at that time. He wouldn't have been looking angry. He would have ignored
Okay.
most of it. Um, Maggie then says, "Well, please feel free to crash." I believe that's something I've heard Victoria say. Um,
Hmm.
If there's anything more we can discuss tomorrow, I should have some free time in the early evening. Other than that, I bid you good night. And she will turn and begin to make her way back to wherever she goes. Smoke bomb. So,
Oh boy.
Ygritte's gonna break a little bit of tension. She's gonna turn to Braun and go, "Okay, so, new vampire to new vampire. You just pass out at sunrise, so make sure you're somewhere comfortable first. Otherwise, it causes some really awkward things when you wake up."
I am a new vampire, and I do thank you for that. Um, I'm actually pretty aware of the whole dawn, silence, death, sleep kind of thing. That's usually when we would go out and find you. So,
That is
yeah,
so disconcerting. But,
I understand. Much easier to fight y'all when you're unconscious.
and she even does that. She just goes,
So Braggy just goes, so how long do you think I'll have this gaping hole in my chest cavity? Or sternum?
I would not
Wow.
wear. I would not wear crop tops for at least 3 weeks.
It's going to take several nights to
Several.
heal.
Mhm.
I haven't worn a crop top in I don't know how long. Even
Well, I wouldn't start
like,
now.
You,
Yeah,
my
upside
dear
is
one,
you won't
squirted
bleed.
death so many times this evening that perhaps consider lots of clothing and standing in safer positions. Maybe don't try and talk to ghosts.
I
If
I
if you
didn't.
don't know how to deal with it, don't interact. That would be my solution.
So, as we finally head into our slumber for this very long, long night, that's where we're going to take a quick break. So,
Yay!
5 to 10 minutes or so, we will meet back here and we will continue. The next night, so no quick 5 to 10 minute downtimes, Mercy. I'm looking at you. If there are any little things that you would like to do in the 30 to 45 minutes you have before you go to, uh, magic sleep, you can send them to me privately in the chat or say them. It's entirely your call. But on that note, I'm going to transition over to our break screen and we'll see you in a little bit.
Ah.
Welcome back! Oh, Wait.
News.
Now
None
you're
of us-
unmuted.
None of us knew.
Here's the fun thing that I realized after.
I should have recalled it too.
Well, no,
Fuck.
it's not an there's some on me as well. Absolutely. In Vampire, in this system that we have, there are things that the vampires, when they're creating their characters, they create called touchstones. These are their ties to their humanity. They are the kind of the tethers by which they retain that ability to hold back the beast. Our beloved Braggy here, in the creation of his character, named a Father McCleary as one of his touchstone, a priest from his human life. Now,
Can we pause?
absolutely.
I wanted to go into this because this is out of character. Harambe, can you say why you chose a random person that you didn't know who Father McCleary was? Please?
Something something Warhammer something something Tog's character hilarious.
Okay, so here's how this goes. Harambe was not playing Vampire with us. I ran season 1 and had a whole bunch of characters. And we play a video game together where you can make a little character and he's got a wacky Scottish accent and swings a sword around, right? So I literally named a Warhammer video game character, my Father McCleary, as an in-joke. Braggy did not know that it was actually from the Vampire game or that it was an actual existing character in the Vampire game. So he decided his character knew someone named Father McCleary, whom he did not know anything about.
So this is your fault.
As his place. So technically, in a roundabout way, it is 110% my fault.
Cool. So excited. Are we? So if this is still, I imagine, like as soon as the shock wears off of getting back to Nova, or
So this will be. We're gonna say, because Braggy is relatively new. There is so the way that stains work, you have your you have
Oh,
your
no.
humanity tracker, Braggy.
Uh-huh.
Let me go ahead and pull your character up just to make sure that I'm telling you everything that you're seeing.
I have 7 humanity currently.
That's good.
Uh-huh. Very current.
Now,
Yeah.
nope, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so you have 7 humanity. In the... Why will that not... Okay. I don't know why the humanity won't let me... Wait, do I need to do it like that?
It probably locked on.
Stains
Yep,
2...
Stan.
There we go. Okay, yeah, if you hit the little gear, and it'll ask you how many stains you have. Because of the actions of this previous night, this is going to happen when you wake up. The realization of watching a touchstone both having been murdered, not by your hand, but then also in a way resurrected but changed, is going to leave some stains on your humanity. It's going to affect you mentally. Now, normally, a remorse roll, which is how you handle stains on humanity, would be handled at the end of the session. But I feel like at the end of the night or beginning of this night, and for all to see, potentially is more rewarding and allows us to elaborate further if we need to. So, you're going to make a remorse test, which Roll20 has a lovely little button for it. So,
Well,
Oh boy.
that's fine.
what happened there was your stains were removed, but the traumatic events of the evening have left you less human than you were before. Your humanity was reduced by 1, and there is just this coldness that settles into this pit in your chest. This difference in your humanity that you feel like something slipped away. Now, from 7 to 6, not a huge difference. You are, because of your La Sombra nature, a little paler, a little gaunt, a little ghostly, in a sense. Essentially, for the purposes of this, if you decide to use a blush of life now, you have to use composure and stamina with a difficulty of 3, and that is to keep any food down for an hour, that sort of thing, mechanically. As of your mental state, Humanity 7 is about where most mortals lie. It is kind of the baseline. Nobody's perfect, nobody's outright evil, usually. Humanity 6 is summed up as, hey, people die, stuff breaks. You have a little difficulty with the fact that you need blood to survive, and that you do what needs to be done to get it. You don't go out of your way to wreck things or kill people, but you're not going to cry over it either. You have a very kind of apathetic attitude towards life. That feeling, however it might affect you, is yours to play with. But, additionally, we need to remove McCleary as one of your touchstones. For a kindred... Well, you know what? I don't know. I think they do need to be mortal.
Specifically must be human.
Yes, touchstones must be. So...
So I take McCleary off my touchstones list.
Yep.
Could add Ancient Stone. I'm sure that would go fine.
I'm not even 100% that he's mortal or not.
Yeah, no, I'm
fair
not risking
point.
that for the biscuit.
Fair points being made.
Yeah. Make a new touchdown. Only to lose him.
Yes.
That would be fun. I mean, what?
Let's see how far we can drain your humanity tonight.
Let's not play that game.
I don't know. Maybe
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
feel better about this whole situation that way.
I'm not going to talk about my humanity score.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, can I have fed before going to the great slumber?
Yes, you can, because additionally, Maggie would have offered some of the people there for you as well. I don't believe you, as a Lasombra, have any sort of feeding penalties or anything.
As long as it's not children.
Okay,
No.
fair enough.
'Cause
They're
pre-exclusion children.
definitely not children. So
Okay, good.
the for the two of you, Mercy and Braggy, what was your hunger at before the evening ended? You were at 2? Okay, so you're back down to your 1 when you wake up. You're also back down at your 1. You can remove 2. And as we wake up on this next evening, rouse check, and let's see if you get hungry again.
What about the ag damage that Braggy took?
That's another thing. So,
I'm not rolling well at all tonight. This is bad.
Whew. I need to grab a couple bags of blood.
All right. The man.
you know what? Actually, on this night, you want above a 6. Okay, 6 or above. I would still count that. You see,
Oh,
go
Will
ahead.
Power back?
Yes, as much as recovers, which I believe is equal to your composure or
That's fair.
oh, what is it? I think it's your composure or resolve. Superficial, whatever is greater, you get half
Excellent.
back. I think. Let me double check. I never remember these things.
I have to ask about healing also, not ag damage though.
That we do have in Discord.
Is it?
So I can
Next nightfall and make 3 rouse checks in addition to the regular. Okay. So, your aggravated damage, Braggy. You must make your rouse checks. In addition to your regular rouse checks, you must make 3 rouse checks. This process removes 1 point of aggravated damage, as well as 1 crippling injury or similar impairment. Vampires can only mend 1 point of aggravated damage per night. As with Awakening, if these rouse checks raise the vampire's hunger above Hunger 5, they fall into torpor rather than testing for Hunger Frenzy.
bad.
So, make 3...
You can choose to not heal if you want to.
That's true. You can attempt.
It's 3 rouse checks, and no matter if you fail, even if you fail them all, and you're like at Hunger 4 or whatever, you still will heal the 1 point of ag.
Yes. And you are within a food source. So, however you want to take that. It's your call.
How does healing over time with ag damage work?
That's it.
Once a night, you make 3 rouse checks, and you can heal to 1.
Yeah.
It's not
bad.
good. Yeah,
If
it's not good.
if we
Aggravated,
were,
like,
Don't take ag damage.
I would say that if we were going to be, say, coming back in a week, in game, I would give you because you would be able to wake up, rouse your 4 times, not hit Hunger 5 maybe, and feed to lower that back down each night. So it's your call. If you want to start the rest of this evening or this new night with 3 ag on your tracker, that is your call as well.
I'm gonna try and heal 1 ag. Does it go like completely away as ag damage, or does it become
no, it's
No,
healed.
it's healed. So yeah, you would be able to then have only 2 ag if you after you do all 3 rouses.
Well, I'm at 5.
Okay.
All right.
You both have hungry.
He slips into torpor. So
No,
Mercy.
It's above 5. It's above 5. If you're 5 and you would get hungrier, then you're torpor.
I got exactly 5.
Yeah.
Is it?
He's bad, but he shouldn't.
Oh, no.
He shouldn't go into torpor.
Uh,
Like it's like if you would wake up with like, or if you
Oh,
had
yes,
any
yes, yes, yes.
situation where you would go above Hunger 5 to what would be the imaginary 6, your fault.
As with Awakening, if these rouse checks raise the vampire's hunger above Hunger 5, they fall into torpor. So you are on the brink. You are able to feed this night rather easily. You can take
How's
yourself
Beast doing?
back to 1.
I am also hungry in real life, so I'll be right back.
And
Fair.
do I still lose the? Do I keep the ag damage?
No,
Then?
okay, so you lose 1 point of ag damage, so your tracker only has 2. You've healed
Okay.
1 point, and you can feed, though if anybody catches you in the hallway, probably not a good time for them. But for the purposes of this, you manage to get to where Maggie's food supply is, and feed, reducing your hunger back down to 1 for the evening.
Reggie's just having a really rough time right now.
It happens.
Yep.
Willpower.
I'm sorry. I looked in the Discord but didn't see easily. I only have not ag damage. Can I heal all of that?
If you have non-ag damage,
Correct.
you can heal.
There should be a thing on the other side of your character. So,
Okay.
mend amount.
Healing superficial damage.
I
Vampires
see
can
it.
remove a number of superficial damage levels from their health tracker by rousing the blood each turn. So you can remove your superficial damage by rousing, and then I believe that is
Yep.
modified by your blood potencies.
Got it. So that's where my mend amount comes in. Cool.
So
Okay.
whatever
Yes.
that mend amount is, that is how much you can heal per one rouse check.
Yes.
And it's
Cool.
once per turn. So if you're like in combat, you can't just blow a whole bunch and just be back. It's try to be
Sure.
balanced that way, but
For superficial willpower damage, as a note, you heal your superficial willpower up to your composure or resolve, whichever is the highest. So if you have 3
Oh,
points
total?
in
fuck.
composure,
Quick.
you heal 3 points superficial willpower. Excuse me.
I'm back, baby.
Me too.
Hungry Mercy.
Mercy, yeah, is probably gonna have to stop for food also, apparently.
The
The
food
larders are
supply.
being raided.
The
We'll go back
food.
to White Castle.
The food supply at Maggie's has been tapped out by a very hungry Braggy.
That's so
However,
fair.
the shipment of blood from the circulatory system has just arrived.
Did Will ever come back with that car?
I mean,
He did. It's parked in the garage. There are 9 blood bags that were delivered. So
Tony will go out of his way. Actually, as a note, on top of going out of his way to make sure that McCleary gets a Capri Sun, basically. Probably the easiest way of dealing with it. He would probably have kind of sat down and meditated in the same room that McCleary was in, as fuck now, fuck. I'm somebody's sire now. Fuck. Basically make
Well,
sure
Tony, that certainly illustrates the diversity of the world.
Damn. Of that movie. But would make sure that he's okay as he could be, and would have at least gone through round one of all right, the basics. Here are the traditions.
he seems to pick them up pretty quickly. His familiarity with the world of darkness probably lends itself to understanding the do's and don'ts a little bit better than some.
He will also briefly touch on the fact that the first vampire may or may not have been Cain, according to legend.
He's like, I think I read something like that somewhere. Long time
that's
ago.
terrifying. I don't like the sound of that.
I had a cousin that was really into ancient books and shit. He would tell me about it. It's weird.
Of course.
I'll see what I can get you back in.
I'd appreciate it. I'm assuming that killing kindred, other vampires, probably frowned upon now for me.
There is a set that. It is one of the traditions referred to as the rite of destruction. There are conditions that must be met for one of our kind to kill another. The prince will decree something. Somebody can be put on something called a red list. Then again, vampires are political and labyrinthine in nature, so these things definitely happen when they're not supposed to. But if you're following the rules, if a blood hunt is called on someone, there are several conditions in which it is not frowned upon to slay another.
How often can I claim self-defense?
See, that's the fun part. When you really get down, there is a command structure in this. I don't want to equate it too much to like the Vatican, but there is a bit of a command structure. And the top of that command structure for each city is the prince. So it really boils down to what does the prince think? There's a command structure above the prince too, but they get referred to like the federal government a lot, but they're really not.
Mm.
The prince is still the absolute ruler. If you hear people talking about a justicar, that's federal government. But there are stories of justicars that have come to a prince's city and been sent back to where they came from with a stake in them. And the prince isn't punished. They are prince of their city.
Fair enough.
So it basically boils down to what would Magdalena say current?
I have a feeling that our colorful history will not put me in her good graces just yet.
Have you considered going by an alias?
I
We
like
can set those up for you.
can't teach Sunday school anymore, so there's that.
I mean, you can.
You know of all people, know that there are night services.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels weird going back. I think best just to turn the page. So yeah, I'll take an alias, I suppose. Figure that out later.
I assume most kindred, by the way, that's the word. We don't throw vampire around very often. Kindred. Who had been in your sights probably haven't actually seen your face unless, they're no longer with us.
Most, yeah. Aside from the
Good.
prince and the people that she keeps around.
Then, if you use a different name, there's almost certain that you won't run into too many complications. We'll find out something for you. Some people just use single word names. Some people use online handles. Some people use lots of things. You can be I really don't like to be dramatic about it, but you're kind of born again, and now you can be who you want to.
As long as who I am gets to protect innocent people. And that's really all I care about.
We're of the same mind. One last warning. You're hungry, right? We can take care.
Very.
That hunger isn't the same kind of hunger that a human has. I know you know that. But it's alive. It is hard for somebody who doesn't feel this to comprehend it, but it is the source of the curse, and this is a curse. We call it the beast, capital T, capital B. And it is the other half of you that you're going to have to contend with when you are out there doing what you want to do. It is the thing you will need to learn how to control, take as much time as you need. But it is kind of another half inside you. It is the animal. It is the thing that will tell you to just survive and kill and protect yourself and all of the base animal things that are divorced from your humanity. You want to hold on to your humanity. Try and keep as few human ties as you can, but keep some. Even if they don't know you or didn't know you back then, keep some. Don't forget what it is to be human. If you do, that hunger inside you takes over and you're not there anymore. You're just a creature that goes and kills things, and I'm certain that you have probably seen what that looks like from the other end.
He just kind of nods.
Those that value their humanity the most are the ones that can make something of themselves with this new life. I'll help you as much as you need, and I have faith in you.
Well, thanks.
And as a side note, hey, Harambe, that's what happens if you run out of that humanity score you just lost. You become an NPC. You're fucked.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, you become my plaything.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
We've always already been there. We know better.
You're like, yeah, we're already there.
Cody
Eh,
stops the monologue and goes to help give McCleary a Capri Sun and join up with everybody else.
fair.
Yeah, very early in the night before, I guess probably while that's happening, can Mercy go out and just hunt somebody instead of trying to use the Nova supply? I mean, that seems like what would be her
Yes,
last choice.
you can. You can definitely hunt. There's a button for it, if I remember.
I believe you.
Well, now hold on. I said that, and now I don't.
There used to be.
There used to be one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the DM say there used to be one. I'm sure there used to be one.
What the hell?
Okay.
I've never used the hunt button.
No, I think that might have been pre-stream. We had a
I think
hunt
you're
button.
right.
What
Oh,
is
shit.
your hunter type? Or what is
Yeah.
what is it called?
Predator type?
Prey, predator type?
A predator
Alley
type.
cat?
Yeah, that's one.
Alley cat.
Yeah.
Perfect. Alley cat, alley cat.
Predator type.
Let me in.
I don't see it written anywhere, but if that was a real thing, then I feel
No,
pretty confident.
it is.
That was it.
You are.
Nope. Find some asshole, beat him up, take his lunch money. But in this case,
I can cloud memory these days. It's gonna be a much easier task than it used to be.
Oh boy, yeah.
That is
Like
true.
you rip on someone's legs till their guards down. I mean, it's called luring specifically. So actually, I'm a cat and I stand at the edge of the alley and I look really pettable until somebody gets close enough for me to pounce on them. Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Roll me. It's not gonna be hard.
Double entendre.
You know what? Let me look at you.
I like you were just amusing yourself back there.
I think it's just strength and brawl. Yeah, that's it.
Is it just strength and brawl?
Which is hilarious.
That's a choice.
You're doing it more covertly though, right? So you get
Yeah.
a specialty luring. Go ahead and roll subterfuge and manipulation with a +1 for your luring, and your difficulty is 2 because it's easy. You're good.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So we would
Thanks.
say she's a luring.
She's a luring. Very good. The dude that approaches you in the alleyway, probably not the nicest guy.
They never are.
No. But I'm assuming that you don't want to reduce your hunger beyond 1. You're just going to
No,
go
she's
down
not
to
gonna
1,
murder.
not
man.
leaving any bodies in the prince's alleys. Probably a good
Yeah,
idea.
no, that she's way too close to home for that nonsense.
I mean, in Chicago, for you.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you are familiar with the cameras around this location, as Roland has helped set them up. You know where the dead spots are. You're not going to be pinged by anybody. That you're pretty comfortable that you are unseen. So, anyone else doing anything this evening as you all wake up?
I guess check my phone to see if anything else is on fucking fire.
Currently,
God.
no.
Cool.
Um,
Oh, are there news reports of the church catching on fire?
Currently, yes. Last night,
Cool.
St. Celestine's chapel caught fire, presumably due to candles that were left burning. The bodies of 5 were found.
Well, good.
Police have not yet released a statement on the state of the crime scene, or whether or not it is arson or not. But one Detective Garcia ensures the public that there will be no need for public panic.
I need to give Maggie $1.
You know, I need to get him like a gift card.
Braggy will, after doing all the stuff he does with the healing and
the draining of Maggie's herd, and yeah.
he's going to upload the footage he grabbed from the church to start like running an algorithm to analyze it and see what he can decipher from it.
Tech intelligence. Difficulty 4.
Intelligence. No modifier for this.
What are your specialties specifically?
In this case, just recognition of tracking devices, so that probably wouldn't apply here.
No, not here.
Oops.
Oh.
We lost somebody.
We lose.
We lost Scarlet.
Oh.
We lost Scarlet and
Your face
Roland.
looks so funny on the
Oh,
screen.
we lost. We did.
He's got
Oh, now I'm on both.
He's got long face.
Very long.
Oh
so
no.
that means they're in the same house. That means their internet went out.
Yeah.
Yep. They
Yep,
just.
there it is.
Yeah.
They lost internet.
Okay. Let's see if I can.
Well, next question. This would be a not terrible spot to stop.
It's
True.
not the worst.
It's early, and I want to play all the game, but this isn't bad.
Nope.
Can I willpower reroll the 3 dice quick?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I'm very long. I've never felt so tall in my life as I do on screen right now.
Aw.
Size modifier.
I'm a very small.
Trying to
human.
open my mouth as wide as I could.
No pool size modifier still, is that right?
No pool size modifier at the moment. Oh.
Oh,
Nope. There's Scarlet.
Something's happening.
I gotta
Maybe.
Oh, here we go. I was hitting the wrong thing.
Oh, she's
no.
literally showing the Discord is dead.
Ah.
Oh no, it's dead scored.
So we can't hear you.
It's
for
chaos.
some reason we can't hear you, but
Oh, hey, look at that.
But
nice.
I assume she's on data.
Oh.
Yeah, we're on data. We
There
went
we go.
down completely.
Fun.
Yeah, it's gonna cost some money if you stay on.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that. I just wanted to let you guys know. Yeah, we fucked.
Fair. Well,
That's
that's a fun place to end it. this evening will relatively pass with little to do, and we will just kind of segue into a couple of nights from now. Downtimes can be had, can be made,
Ooh.
and everybody's health will be back to normal, and everybody's willpower will be back to normal. We will pick up canonically in a few nights' time. Um, Man, I need to get just another. Um, Give me 1 second. Nope, that's all wonky. Yep, never mind. Okay, so yes, in the event that or when we come back next week, rather, sorry, a couple nights have passed. You can do downtimes. You get your 2 XP, downtimes for an extra XP, and we will pick up there next time, and hopefully internet will be had.
All right.
Let's do long faces for a minute.
It worked.
Why not? So yeah, on that note, I'm just going to transition us to the end of the thing. Sorry for the abrupt end. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. Screw
Thanks for
internet
having us.
providers and all that fun stuff. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. And we'll see
Happy
you
St. Patty's Day, Father McCleary.
Fuck that guy.
next week,
Fuck.
my lads and lasses.
Yeah.